Great to have your company this morning. Now, a select group of prominent Australians have received a royal invitation to attend the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth.
One such Aussie is Val Dempsey, the Senior Australian of the Year, who will jet to London alongside the Prime Minister and Governor-General. And we are very pleased to say Val joins us now from Canberra. Val, good morning to you, and what an honour, one that you truly deserve. How did it feel for you to receive that invitation?
Well, good morning to you both. It was an absolute moment of complete shock, if you could say that. But you're quite right. What a wonderful honour to be invited to attend this moment in history.
Val, you had the pleasure of meeting Her Majesty in June, over Zoom, of course, and you raised the issue of more first aid education, which is so important. But we just wanted to ask you what your impressions were of her.
Oh, I was just so completely in the moment with her. She was so engaged. She asked some lovely questions, and in response to my talk about my idea of having driver first aid, people driving a vehicle having first aid education, she responded beautifully by saying, well, it seems such a plain idea. It is very important for people to understand first aid, and to be very honest, I couldn't have asked for a higher endorsement. She was so switched on, so engaged, and I must say, very witty and very chatty.
Amazing to think this was only just a few months ago, and she did seem still in such strong and high spirits, didn't she? Indeed
she did, and that particular day that we were fortunate enough to have an audience with her, that was the day that she actually couldn't go to Parliament. So I felt so completely honoured, and we were in a particular place within our own hearts that said that she gave us that precious time in her day, and how gracious that was. And I have to say, what a marvellous role model for all of her life, for service before self, right up to that very end.
Well, one that's obviously inspired you, because I just want to remind everybody at home, you were honoured with the Senior Australian of the Year for 2020 after dedicating 50 years of your life to volunteer work for St John's Ambulance Service, which is something that we need to thank you for, Val. Thank you so much for donating your time and a large part of your life too. So, you know, as you think about the Queen's passing, how would you describe the legacy of Her Majesty? And was that one of service something that inspired you?
Oh, absolutely. She's been the most inspirational woman for people who do step forward, stand up, put your hand up, even with a little bit of trepidation, but the encouragement and the role modelling that she has provided for so many people right the way across England, the Commonwealth, right throughout Australia, for all people who've chosen to do volunteer work and to be in the service of kindness. Our particular motto for St John is to serve humanity, and she has been that leading inspiration for all of our volunteers and members.
Well, it is an honour, this invitation that you have worked so hard for and truly deserve, Val. We're so pleased for you, and we do appreciate your time today as well.
Safe travels, Val.
Well, thank you so much. Well, thank you so much to both of you, and for all of those people who are in London at the moment and right the way across the world. I join with you in this moment of honouring our beautiful Queen Elizabeth II, and we celebrate her life. So thank you.
Beautifully said, Val. Thank you so much for joining us. What a beautiful woman. Val Dempsey, the 2022 Senior Australian of the Year, one of 10 everyday Australians who have been invited to join the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II.